has shown up in my life. And I just did kind of like my inventory, and pretty amazing things. And on that speaking dream list, I had written that I wanted to be interviewed by one of the women that I admire the most, and I listen to her podcast all the time, which is Julie Parker and the Priestess podcast. And I love her podcast. And I thought, there's like, my mind just went to like, there's no way in hell you're gonna get a spot in that podcast. And so, but I wrote it down because, again, like, there were no forbidden dreams, in this wish list, and I wrote that there. And July 1st, we recorded our episode, and it was an absolute dream of an experience. And again, the same thing kind of happened. I put it out there. I listened to my soul. I engaged with her and just was very grateful for all the lessons that I've learned in her podcast. I mean, her podcast has been transformational and foundational for my spiritual growth. And so I thanked her because she's been very intentional about featuring women of color in her podcast. And she offered. I didn't ask to be on the podcast. She didn't know I had written that on my speaking dream wish list, and she offered. She said, I would love to interview you. And we recorded the interview July 1st, and that was a really big deal for me as another gift. But so among those things, I've recorded 12 different podcast interviews. I've been gifted courses. I had an intention to work with a coach that I admire, and she presented the opportunity for somebody to help her with her new course. And, I applied for it and I got it. And so I am indirectly working with her and learning from how she, kind of does her coaching. Nice. And it's been amazing. I won giveaways on Instagram. I think I've won four giveaways on Instagram.
Wow.
Artwork. Artwork. And I won a care package from an Instagram influencer that I follow. I won like 4 giveaways. But not all those things like are necessarily tangible things, because there's a lot of amazing, beautiful gifts that have come as I set that intention of creating a new reality. And so, for example, I've been able to, in my meditation, kind of meet my spirit council and who my totem animals are. I have been able to, I had a misfortunate event happen a little before I went on that trip. And as my daughters and I went to the store to buy some makeup, we were racially profiled, and as I kind of confronted the person, the manager in the store, she grabbed me and pushed me, and it to a big deal. And I had to call the police and file a report. But out of that situation, I had the choice to let that situation destroy me or teach me something. And during that time, I had been doing a lot of my meditations were around the power of voice, because I felt that I was being given a new voice. And so I was gifted with an opportunity to go on TV and talk about, how we can heal the world with love and what we can do with this types of situations. I was able to connect with women that had similar experiences and really pour into them and help them find their voice in situations like that. And so those might not be tangible things, but those are, I feel, abundance gifts that I've been able to kind of manifest or like receive and give into the world, as I am seeking to create a reality that is in complete alignment with the truth of who I am.
Amazing. If we all could just pause and kind of take stock of where we feel in alignment with our higher purpose, with higher consciousness, the world would be a very different place.
Yes, yes, the world would be a
Right?
different place.
Yeah.
It would flow. There would be a lot of birthing of new ideas, and yeah, it would be a very different world. It would be a very congruent world. Yeah.
So I talk a lot about the ability, or like the power of decision, and the fact that you can make a decision. You can make a new decision at any time about anything. And part of the decision-making process can be to seek evidence of that decision being possible. So it could be evidence in your own reality, in somebody else's, something you witnessed. So your story really is evidence of the power of manifestation. So for anybody listening who's making a new decision about manifesting a new reality, this is evidence, right? And
Absolutely.
this is, I promise you, 150% the truth. I know Eva live and in person. So what do you feel are some key elements that make a new reality for your life possible?
Well, and let me tell you, you talk about the power of decision, and, I say the power of choice, but it all begins with a choice, right? And we always have that power. We always have the power to make a choice, whether it is a good choice or a bad choice, or it's a healthy choice or an unhealthy choice. We're always making choices, and those choices affect, the next steps that we take. And so it all began with the choice. I was done with my circumstances, and that doesn't mean that necessarily all of my circumstances change, because I still have mold illness in my blood. I still do my coffee enemas every day. I detox. I take care of my body. I'm very intentional about that. But I am creating a new reality where I am moving towards a healed body, right? And so it all starts with a choice. And every single day, I have to remember that the choices that I make every second, every minute will move me closer to my goal or farther away. And so it starts with that choice. I also made the choice that I was going to be crazy enough to believe that I was a cosmic being made of stars. And that because of that, I had the power to create. And so once you you have to accept that belief. So I made a choice to accept that belief. Then it was like, okay, how would a cosmic being create a new reality? And it just changes your mindset. And then you need to let go. Like we talked about this. You need to let go of figuring out the how and the when of the outcome. I knew these things were going to happen the minute I set my intention, and I allow for that curiosity, just to be out there. I wonder how it's going to happen, but I didn't dwell too much in it. And I held that intention with an open arm. There was no attachment to it. Because a lot of the times attachments lead to disappointment, and unfilled expectations. And so those are some of the key aspects, is that power of choice, the art of letting go and releasing the how and the when of the intention, and always staying in a place of appreciation and gratitude. When we are able to experience gratitude for what we have in the present, like we make space in our soul to expand and accommodate for more gifts. And when we choose to look at the good in our life, whether it's a situation that looks shitty, like that situation that we had with the racial profiling, we allow for more gifts to come in. And so gratitude is key. I believe in manifesting, because a grateful heart is a heart that is open, to gifts. And so when we track the evidence of those gifts, we become happier, we become more joyful, we expect gifts from a place of like curiosity and anticipation, not necessarily expecting that the universe owes us something or that life owes us something, but curiosity as to, I wonder what kind of gift I am going to receive tomorrow if these were the gifts that I received today. And for me, it goes from like finding 10 cents in the floor to engaging with somebody in the store and making them smile, complimenting them, and they say thank you. Somebody opening the door for me, to somebody gifting me $100. Anything, any gift is it goes in my Abundance Amplifier journal. And so keeping track of that really helps us with our energy and our vibration, because as we take inventory, we really realize that we are more blessed than we think we are.
Oh, so good. So good. And I think, as a couple of things that I try to kind of do in the mornings as well is ask, how will I rise today?
Love that.
Yeah, like how will I rise my vibration? How will I rise my impact? How will I show up and rise for my relationships, friends, clients, whoever. Right?
I love that.
In that we make progress towards our goals ultimately.
Yeah, absolutely, because you kind of have a compass as to the intention of your day. Like, then you're looking for those moments or those opportunities where you can rise up and make impact or have a more meaningful relationship. Yeah, absolutely.
Completely. So speaking of gifts, I love the sacred alignment practice that you shared, which I feel is a gift to the world. You'll have to pay for this, listeners, but it is a gift to the world, I feel. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I feel that is that for me, I developed this as a way of really being in congruence with my soul, right? Being in complete alignment. And that looks very different for everybody, but I think it's so powerful when you are able to go to a space where you can quiet yourself and listen, and feel into that space where your soul is really making a sound, and is vibrating at an energy level that you resonate and you identify with as a feeling. Like for me, when I enter into this practice, and this is like life-giving to me. I do this every single day in my meditation, and so the feelings that I experience when my soul is, making a sound and kind of taking space, and I am completely at peace, are, joy, freedom, and expansion and abundance. And there's a sense of peace in all of those things. And so that becomes then my compass for how to make choices and decisions that day in my business and my relationships. Because then I go into a situation knowing that those are the feelings that I experience if the choice is in alignment with my soul. Right. And so I guide my clients into a space where we envision that reality, and we're able to quiet our minds, and we're able to just kind of connect with our breath, and then listen to what our soul has to say. And then we anchor that to the earth so that we always have a picture or an image or a feeling to come back that becomes then our north when we are making choices and decisions. And it's an amazing gift, because like you said, like if we all moved into the world in full alignment with our souls, like this world would be so much different. Like it would be an amazing place. It would be a place where we would live our best and higher purpose, We would create things